I gotta document this. This is supposed to be a pickup truck, but now it's a tractor. Well, I got my camera back, so it means I can start doing videos again. We've already done a bunch of the hay. We put the horses out here, and we took hay off of half of that. The other half we're just going to mow down. You know, unless I have a person to buy it, there's no sense in processing it, right? And it's kind of funny because it's hard to sell hay because everybody thinks they got a good deal somewhere. Just they don't know quite where. And this year with all the rains we had, it's going to be real tough to get hay anywhere. So I've got some people who are buying it off the field now, which is how I want to do business from this point on. Coming up this evening, so basically took down as much as I think they're going to buy, no more. And as more people come into the mix, assuming that's how they want to operate, because that's how I have to operate, you know, we'll sell more hay and they'll be happy because they get a good price, and I'll be happy because I don't have to worry about storing it in the barn, hauling it and all that stuff. So basically what I'm doing is I'm just selling it right off the field, getting people lined up who want it, and I'll cut it. They come and buy it and drive away with it. You know? You know, and one of the things, I haven't run this big tractor here in my God, almost a year. And I forgot how nice it is to run. There's a couple of things about this tractor which are just actually quite nice. One of them has nothing to do with operation up in the seat. It has to do with simply how easy it is to get around that PTO, to put the PTO shaft from a piece of equipment on and off. It's actually quite simple because there's all that space around it. You know, the guard's off. And I'll tell you what, little things like that add up. I had to put adapters from Pioneer to International. Other than that, it's just go. I've had this old tractor since the early 90s. I got it on the side of the road for $5,000 because the guy who had it before me was pulling with it and blew out the TA and was upset with it. Went stomping away, and I asked him, what does he want for it? $5,000, get it out of here. I was there within minutes with a truck and a trailer and a check. And I'm so glad I did because, yeah, I put a TA in there. I put a diode style TA in there, and this thing has been just running beautifully ever since. I've never had another issue with it, you know. Just a great old tractor. A little rough now. My God, I've had it for so long, you know. Could use a coat of paint. Checked the oil, checked the water, did all that. I changed its oil late last year, actually. You know, that's one thing that happens is the radiator gets all plugged up with seeds and stuff. I changed the water pump out a few years back. It's pretty much due for an air filter at some point. I haven't done that in a long time. I don't know what happened to my grill. Used to have a nice grill, and that kind of got broken. I think it got pushed with snow. I think that's what happened to the grill. And since it was a pulling tractor, they had that front as narrow as they could. I don't know why they do that, but that's pretty characteristic of a pulling tractor. You know? This actually came from Colorado. No kidding. I lived out there. So anyway, better fire up. This goofy thing here I got a few years back. I think I did a video. Wow, what a time saver it's been. I really haven't had to do anything but grease it. Does its thing, spins hay. Now the hay is pretty thin this year, probably because it's late in the season. And I really don't have to ted it. If I just wait another hour or two, this stuff is ready to go. But I'm going to ted it anyway, so it's a more even dry. It dries more evenly. And then I'm going to rake it up this afternoon and bale it up tonight. today is to pick up this ash, buck some of these logs up and cut those stumps. There's actually quite a bit, and I'm going to throw some in the back of the pickup truck and then get a little bit further down with the bigger stuff. We'll put that on the trailer, bring it up and start the firewood operation for the year. And because this is all for fun, the equipment going to be used today is familiar to the channel, but not necessarily the most rational for the job. And that's going to be that thing. Right until I can't hang on to it anymore, then I'll go back to my farm saw, which is the 565. So. Yeah, I've been stalling it when I hook that big old bucking spike. I need to cut a little bit off that bucking spike right there because it grabs a little too hard. And of course I got a little bit of a double chain, and with this dry ash, I'm not getting quite as much oil as I need. So a little bit of tweaking tunes can be required to do this kind of work, and I've got a lot of it. So other than that, that thing fires and runs pretty good. So really what I have to work on is fatten it up in the bottom just a little bit, and then get a little more oil in that chain, turn the oiler up some. And I need to cut a little bit off that bucket spike so it doesn't keep grabbing. But I guess what's happening around here is there's a lot of these ash trees close to the power lines, and there's kind of a state mandate to get rid of them, or at least a company mandate, so that's what they're doing. So what we'll do now is I'm going to take those up to the hill and use a peavy to roll them off the trailer, and then I guess they'll be firewood for somebody. All right, we're going to take this load up and go back and get another one. It's the second load. I think we're going to stop for today. There's another load in there somewhere, I guess, about third load. So the old Holzfforma runs, but the two issues I'm having with it right now are really my fault. One, it's not oiling well enough because I didn't turn it up. And the second thing is the bucking spike is a little too aggressive for this kind of hardwood. So I'll modify it for my kind of work, and we will continue. It runs pretty well, just have to sort of adjust it for the style of work, that's all. Nice saw.